All right, Epstein, incredible set of developments overnight, and we're always trying to be forward looking. So I'll summarize what happened, but then we're going to try to figure out where we're headed. Um, I look at the events mostly people pouring hot water on this thing, not cold water. Alan Dershowitz has an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal saying nothing to see here. There's no list, there's no tapes, there's no blackmail, there's no names on the list of anyone currently in elective office, which would include Donald Trump, and that he's seen it all, and he's not at liberty to be specific. But he just read the thing. If you believe there's a there, read the thing, and if you believe Alan, there's no there. So that's pouring cold water on. Here's the hot. Wired says that there's a 3-minute gap on the tape, of the prison tape. Now, I'm asking everybody I see now, just like in casual conversation on the bus, at the dry cleaner, hey, could you kill someone in 3 minutes? And most people think they could. So there's a data point for you there.
That's like name that tune. I can do it in exactly. 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
So Dershowitz is cold water. This is the hot water. There's that. Fox is back to talking about it. Charlie Kirk took a 1-day sabbatical, and then he talked about it on the show yesterday again. And then he put out this tweet with a long list of things that he recommends they do. It's a great list. I mean, this is a communications crisis management expert's dream. Charlie went through, after consulting people, I'm sure, all the things that he'd recommend his friends of the administration do. That's pouring hot water on it. Of course, the Speaker of the House, originally in an interview with Benny Johnson, poured hot water on it. Then he did a tweet. We'll put it up. I won't read it. He tweeted and poured some cold water and basically said, we're not going to take advice from Democrats about how to be disclosing. So the Speaker poured both hot and cold. But I believe the hottest water of all, and I'm amazed at how little coverage this got, amazed. The President of the United States compared his supporters who are interested in this topic. He called them bad. He basically called them bad people who are like the Democrats and the crooked media. The what does he call it? What does he call the media? Not crooked. He calls them fake news. This is the president yesterday, and this has gotten almost no coverage. Roll the president.
You urge people to move on, but I'm curious, why do you think your supporters in particular have been so interested in the Epstein story?
I don't understand
about how it's been handled.
I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is. I really don't. And the credible information's been given. Don't forget, we went through years of the Mueller witch hunt and all of the different things, the Steele dossier, which was all fake. All that information was fake. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say, let them have it.
Sean, if you were the president's press secretary and he said, I'm going to go out and I'm going to say anyone interested in this story is a bad person, would you stop him from doing that? Would you say, yeah, that's good?
No, well, I mean, I would not. You don't stop Donald Trump. You remind him that, this is why they care about it. Here are the people that do. I mean,
okay, so
and just to be clear, you and I have we've all talked about this, but it's not like he doesn't know this. I mean, he's trying to redirect.
Right. So we all agree that it is not an orthodox strategy to call you tens of millions of your supporters bad people. We all agree with that. And we all agree that Donald Trump often succeeds with the unorthodox. So one thing I really don't like is when Democrats and people in the media think they know more about MAGA than Donald Trump does. Okay. So he knows a lot about MAGA, but I've never seen that. And to me, that suggests he really doesn't, despite it saying Pam Bondi should put stuff out. He doesn't want to put stuff out. So his daughter-in-law said put stuff out. Charlie's got a laundry list for him of stuff to put out. Sean, will they be putting stuff out? And if so, when and what?
I think they've got themselves into a bind where they have to put something out. And the question is what? I mean, the problem is, I think if you're, as I said before, if you're in for a dime, you're in for a dollar. So how do you only put out selective pieces? The thing about the Dershowitz comments that he's made, not just in the op-ed, but in the Chris Cuomo interview, is that he said no politician currently in office is on that list. Okay.
Clintonian.
There are some in the past and some that have died. Now, so if you're Trump, and listen, you can say what you will. I believe Dershowitz. I believe that, I mean, he has seen the list. He knows, he's been like, and he's also been very consistent over months about what's there and what's not there. That being said, I believe that Trump knows that a lot of friends and supporters and donors are on that list, and that if and it's not, again, we're playing semantics here. I don't think, from everything I know, that there's a list where it's like, here is my Jeffrey Epstein list, but I think there is information about people who were at various places or engaged in various behaviors. Therefore, he knows that, and he doesn't want to go down that rabbit hole. But I think, and including with what Speaker Johnson did yesterday with Benny Johnson, calling the bluff on getting Ghislaine Maxwell to testify, I think part of this is calling the Democrats' bluff, which I think is smart, because if I were them, I'd say, great, get her to testify. You know what she's going to say? She's going to call out everyone on your team, and here's who was there, and here's who flew on the plane, and here's who was at the island. So I support that. But I think that they've got to figure out, I mean, this to your question, what can they put out that will satisfy folks, and then explain the rest? It's a recipe of disclosure and explaining, because to just say, oh, there's sordid pictures in there doesn't pass it. You've got to say, here's what it is, here's why I can't release it. Maybe here's some blurred out stuff to give you a sense of what I'm talking about, but we can't just shovel this out there for a lot of obvious reasons.
Dan, what do you think is going to happen?
They're going to keep getting squeezed. They are defending the status quo and the bureaucracy. It is the first time in 10 years that they own it. We talked about the other day when Charlie Kirk said, I trust the government. I've never heard those words out of a lot of MAGA people in 10 years. And for the first time, the Democratic Party is on a front foot. They're smacking them around with memes. They're going on podcasts. They're having fun. Who cares if Bill Clinton gets embarrassed? The guy's old. He's not going to run. Hillary and Bill aren't going to run. Chelsea's not going to run anytime soon. We ought to be on a front foot. Be for change. Be for disruption. Be for transparency. It's great.
Yeah, I listen. But here's my question: if again, I think the analysis is right, Dan. They feel it, and that's why they're going to have to open the spigot a little to let some of the pressure out. But the problem is that this is where, again, you may be absolutely right on Bill Clinton's political future, but at the end of the day, do you want to be running around as Hakeem Jeffries and answering for that and saying, do you support what he did? Are you okay with it? Are you sure that you will never raise money again? The DNC will never.
Yeah, it would normally not be public, though. Grand jury material is not normally putting it out.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.